10 seconds.
Hey guys, welcome back from View From the Deadbox. It's your host, Wes and Mike.
Hello.
Today we're gonna kind of get into something that we think might be a long subject actually. So this actually just might be a one episode that might take a little bit of time. So we're just gonna get right into it. And I think Mike's gonna kind of start it off here.
Yeah, it's a little more of something I thought of, and I think everyone does it different. I mean, we've played loads of tournaments in our careers. I mean, more than I can count.
A lot of wasted money.
A lot of wasted money. So I think this would go different per team too, but what do you do to prepare for an event, and how long does it go back? Do you start, and I know practices and stuff like that, like,
Yep.
do you have anything you do, like what do you do leading up to the weekend before the tournament, I guess you could say? Because everyone should be practicing. I mean, that's a kind of a given.
Yeah, quote unquote.
Yeah.
Practicing. I guess my biggest thing is I'd like to walk the field a little bit prior, and we've never really had that up until recently, but I like to get a lot of as many points as I can on a layout leading up to an event. But now when you say going up to an event, you mean just like going into it, or
even the couple days before? Yeah, I mean, you might know, like, I mean, most time we leave to an event on like a Friday. Maybe play Saturday, maybe play Sunday. It just depends.
I think I'm really weird about like tech stuff. You see all my tools for other paintball stuff. I'm really weird about that. So I don't tear the gun down, but I like to check all the pressures. I check my tank pressures, my operating pressure of my gun way before I don't like to do that stuff at the damn day of the event.
Yeah,
I always feel a rush. I'm doing that, even though that's how it typically ends up happening. I'm checking people's guns in the pits.
Oh yeah.
Before like as we're walking on the field, first point. But I like to go through my shit and kind of make sure everything's working correctly. Those days of just throwing the gear back in the gear bag and picking it up in a month because half the guys don't practice anymore. That's just God, man. It's just you can't do that anymore.
Nope.
Egos, fine. I could fucking shovel it in mud and just throw it in the bag and pick it out.
Not take care of it whatsoever.
But guns are so finicky now, and the technology in these guns, they have to be meticulously maintained.
Yeah.
That's just how it works. So I do like to go through, check my operating pressures on my tank, because as we've seen, we switched over to Powerhouse, shout out. Ninja has struggled as of recently with creeping pressures
and really weird.
Reg spikes, and we've done like 6 or 7 of them in the last 3 or 4 months. So I know I conned you into buying one of the Powerhouses with me.
Yes, you did.
But I mean, dude, they've been great so far. We don't have a lot of track time on them, but
they seem to be holding where they need to be at. But,
always, yeah. Yep. And I've pressure tested them a couple times, and I've pressure tested my Pro Vs a few different times, and they've definitely jumped every time we use them. So definitely teching the gear, cleaning the gear, and I am really weird about scrubbing my masks before we play. So I'll hot water with them, and then like a Dawn dish detergent like on the foam, and kind of like just use your hand to kind of go over the foam, rinse them out. So when I put my mask on for the very first time, it's like
clean,
spotless and clean, not just wiped down with a terry cloth. It's
I just wipe them. I might take my lenses out, clean it all there, and stick it back in. I've never tried soap on my phone before. Never thought of that.
Yeah, it cleans it, and like all the little damn holes and stuff in the mask. Like I scrub everything down so it's like spotless. It's going to be filthy at the end of the event.
Oh, definitely.
The very first point you put it on, it smells great. It's like spotless, it's clean. Everything is nice. Right before I get shot in the face on the break.
Oh, absolutely.
Everything is great.
We see that all the time.
Yeah, right. So I think it's just my gear.
So you're a gear guy?
Other than prepping, for the field.
Yeah.
And stuff like that. I feel that your gear is typically why you play.
Oh yeah. I mean, it's highly important.
So I think it's very, very overlooked.
I would agree.
And I think a lot of guys take it for granted. They just like pull it out, turn it on. Oh, it's still charged up. All right, shoot to the corner. We're good to go. You
Yeah.
know.
I mean, this is something I know you do, and something I did learn from you. I started drinking water and start hydrating at least the Wednesday. I mean, I drink a lot of water anyway, but if I know I'm playing Friday, Saturday, or Sunday, one of those days, by
Yeah.
Wednesday, I'm drinking a gallon of water daily. So come event day, I am not drinking as much. I'm still drinking, but I am peeing nonstop. Like,
Now, I will say I don't drink as much as I should
yeah,
prior, but I will drink 24 hours prior, which is
yeah,
the time to do it.
yeah.
So definitely, I definitely do that, and I never really did it as much as before I started playing multiple teams at the
Hmm.
same event. So if I'll play like D2 D3 X ball Saturday and then D4 X ball Sunday, I'm playing two different lines. I could potentially play
Oh, yeah.
50, 60 points. So I like the very first day we played in Orlando, like last year, I played all day Saturday and I was beat because you play all your matches, quarters, semis, and finals
Yep.
all in one day. So, it takes a lot. And then we went out that night, watched the UFC fights, and I literally drank like 10 get glasses of water, like back to back to back to back to
Yep.
back. And I came back the next day and I was fully like rejuvenated, like ready to go. I'm like,
That's a
wow,
big thing. People just don't realize. Just
no,
the before you play. Like, you got
yes,
to drink when you're playing too, but if you drink before, you're not gonna be sitting there drinking as much during the day.
yeah.
Like you're prehydrated, I guess. I don't know if that's a thing, but
And I think as much as I tell our guys all the time, if you haven't pissed 3 times
excuse me.
bare minimum at the event,
Yep.
like there's an issue.
Oh yeah,
You got there, you
absolutely.
pissed in the morning, and then you're drinking throughout the day, and you've never pissed again. You're dehydrated.
Yep.
Like you should be pissing probably every hour, hour and a half, 2 hours at least. You should be
Oh, and
pissing.
especially where we're at. I mean, we play in Southeast Georgia, but all our
Yeah,
tournaments are in Florida. Probably
right.
95% of our tournaments are in Florida, so it is hot.
It's 90 plus
Yep.
always. So yeah, you definitely, and I think it's very overlooked that nobody wants to just drink water. I'm bad about drinking sodas. I don't drink them at the
Yeah.
event by any
Same.
means. I pound Gatorades and waters, but yeah, like you said, it's a great point.
Yeah, it's just something I thought. Well, same. I mean, it could even go on to so like now during the day of the event, something that's probably not good. I don't eat. I won't eat breakfast. I won't eat lunch. I will eat whenever we do a team dinner or just on the way home. That's something
Yeah,
I just can't. I don't know what it is, but I drink nonstop. I mean, I think you're about the same as I am. I don't remember
I
seeing you
can't
eat very
can't
much.
can't do breakfast.
Yeah,
I just feel weird
yeah,
eating breakfast before an event. I don't know, something odd about it. It just doesn't fit my stomach. And my wife's the same way. She can't do it either.
yeah,
Now, if I had a muffin, okay,
yeah,
I could do like a muffin and you know a, a Gatorade or something in the morning, maybe. But I don't really consider that breakfast.
yeah. No, wouldn't either.
But I definitely can't eat and go play. That's 1,000% can't happen. But I can also play, or sorry, I can, which is very odd. I could wake up at 6. We need to wake up and play all day until we go home and not have to eat.
Yeah,
You probably should.
you probably should. I'm really the exact same. I mean, that tournament that y'all went to a couple weeks ago. Granted, I didn't play. I helped coach, but me and Jamie ate breakfast at 5 in the morning, 5:30.
Yeah,
I didn't eat lunch. I don't know if he did. We didn't eat dinner. We just hopped in the car and went home. Like I
yeah,
got in the car. He was like, "Are you hungry?" I'm like, "Honestly, not really." I was like, "I mean, I can make it to the house." So we
yeah,
just booked it and cruised on the way home. So
yeah. And hell, that was we didn't finish prelims until
six,
8.
7, yeah,
No,
8.
it was yeah.
It
So
was late.
the finals didn't finish until 10:30,
That is still
10:45.
that
So
just blows my mind. Like any tournament.
yeah, you got there
Nothing
at
against them
7.
either, but
You got there at 7 and you didn't finish playing until 10:30.
yep,
What?
yep,
What?
yeah, uh-huh.
That's just
So
wild.
this kind of continues it. Is there anything you do after the event to like? Because I mean, our paintball players, their bodies do get beat down. I mean, we play really hard for 3 to 5 minutes, but over and over and over and over. So, is there anything you do to help recoup, bring your body back up? Or, I mean, you're pretty lucky. I,
Yeah,
you
yeah,
normally are always pretty like, I'm ready to
yeah,
go. I'm ready to
yeah,
go. I'm ready to go. But
yeah.
I know other players aren't.
Yeah, I got a buddy who takes off typically almost every Monday after an event.
Who's that guy? I don't know.
He's actually the guy on the screen right now.
Uh-huh, I
Um,
do.
so
If I play a tournament on a Sunday, you best believe I'm off on Monday.
but some people need recoup time,
Yeah,
honestly. But it's recoup, and I think the day after the event, I'm eating and snacking a bunch as far as putting like some sort of carbs back in my body
yeah,
that I probably burnt up, and drinking, whether it's terrible sodas or something. I just have to like
yeah.
cram to get back in because I can definitely feel, you know,
Oh, your body feels different.
yeah. So, but I think as of lately, these last 2 seasons, me playing these double day events like with multiple teams, I think that has got me used to just
Okay.
eating and drinking, and I can just kind of stay with it. But this quarantine has, geez, man, when I came out here and I get some of our guys running drills,
Oh yeah.
and not just one, several of our guys, you can just tell it has taken a toll on them from not playing. And we don't have the most athletic crew by any
Oh,
means,
we do
but
not.
from just not playing at all, that little bit of exercise that we're getting from running, multiple points back to back in the weekend, from just running and gunning drills and like stuff like that. Like we were on the edge of dying.
Oh, I bet.
It was terrible. Um, like I think there's at least 3 in my head that were just by running the hard drills. We were doing like suicides basically while running and gunning.
Yeah.
And it was like awful. I'm like, Jesus Christ. And that's just from not playing for 3 months or 2 months at this point. And not having that little bit of
Yep.
exercise, has definitely taken its toll. So
It would be. It's deceptive too. I mean, I noticed some of our players might look like they can do a lot more than what they actually can, and then you get some of the other people who you'd be
who
like, oh,
look
that
like they
that dude
can.
ain't gonna be able to do that many, and he's doing the average of everybody else who like
Yep.
they should be outplacing him, but he's keeping up with them. So it's like,
Yep.
and I mean that goes for multiple people on both sides of that one. I mean,
Oh yeah, for sure. I think uh, the way the body builds muscle is mysterious.
yeah,
So people that are smaller with less muscle, you would imagine should run all day. It'll be fine. They could, go wide open the entire time,
yeah,
but end up fading out very quickly sometimes. And some of the other guys can run and be ready to go all event.
yeah.
Um, I mean, look at Jamie.
Oh yeah,
Jamie's not skinny by any means, and,
nope,
and he's not really fat, but
nope.
he's got a few extra pounds. But if it turns to me and him running back to back points, he's typically
Oh yeah,
always there to run back to back points. And if I try to sit 1 point per match just so I can run
yep.
deep into the play, the end of the day. But he's always there. If I'm ready to go, he's ready to go.
Yeah, I think I've been
I
told by him one time. He was like, "I gotta sit," and I'm like, "That's after 7, 8, 9 points," and I'm like, "Okay." I mean, I completely understand. So
Yeah.
relax.
So
But
yeah, it's definitely like I said, it's hidden.
yeah,
It doesn't look like it's misleading.
it's
The
very
body's
misleading. Yeah,
misleading.
that's a way to do it. Yeah,
Yeah.
because I've noticed too, in our team, I think has gotten better. I see at least posts about a lot of them putting in the work outside of the
Yes.
paintball field, and I would
Yes.
say over half of the team probably is doing that, at least
Yes.
from what I can tell. And I think we'll see some improvement, especially come summertime here. Like, I mean, we're in May now. Most of the fields are starting to open back up, so everything will be open field wise by probably by June, I'd imagine, and that's when the heat's coming. I mean, it's from June
Boy, it
to
was
November.
me, Payne, and Courtney, and we're all out there running drills yesterday, and it was fucking
Yep,
hot.
yep.
Jesus, Kevin showed up and we were all kind of running some stuff, and I swear to God, it felt like a sauna. And we
Oh
get back
yeah.
into Mike's car and we're like leaving to go drive in Savannah, and it says like 86 degrees, and I'm like,
There ain't no
Matt,
way.
what? I'm like, this feels like
Yeah.
210. I'm like
Yeah.
86, and I don't know if that's just because we haven't played in the heat this season.
Yeah, I would say. I mean, we were the one tournament we got to play this year, February for the MVPS down in Florida. That was one of the best weather tournaments I've ever played in. Like, you don't get that type of temperature in Florida. Hardly ever. I
Nope.
mean, it was what, sunny and 75, like
Yes.
seriously, and it was like I kept waiting for it to heat up, like get to like in the 80s. It
Hmm.
never did. I'm like, this is weird.
Yeah. That doesn't happen.
But that was just something I had thought about. More paintball players in their prepping for tournaments. I mean, I think it's getting better for the like tournament scene overall. I mean, I would say most
Yes.
paintball players are taking better care of themselves,
Well,
and it
I
might not
think
be as good as it should be, but it's still something.
I think a lot of these guys now that the pro level is so broadcasted to an extent on Facebook and on IG
Yeah,
and on fucking what you call it every social
yeah,
media
just
platform that they're
everything.
following YouTube and all that these guys are kind of not only taking after the pros, but they're seeing how they prep
Yeah.
and what they do, and they're starting to put that and use that to their advantage, which is great.
Oh yeah, smart.
So
Good.
I think there's oh, this guy, he's stretching and he's exercising and he's running and he's look this is how he's doing it. And I think they're starting to take tad bits from each one and they're putting it in their own, which is good
Yeah. Oh yeah.
because I know guys that I've played with for 10, 15, 20 years who just show up to an event with 1 week of practice,
Yeah.
and hope that gets them by. And those days are long gone.
Oh, yeah. Yeah,
Those
they've been
days
gone for
of
10 years now.
yeah, those days, and it shows.
Yep.
Those days of just showing up to an event with really no practice, or maybe 1 week of practice before the event. Nah, you play like
Everyone, the
ass.
skill level now is too big. I mean, there's a big skill gap
Yeah,
from playing D4 to still playing D4. There are two different caliber D4 teams. There are two different caliber D3 teams. So
yeah,
you see that with the practice and I guess the off-field practice as well.
yeah, definitely. I think it's the people who take the sport seriously
Yes.
and people who play for fun.
Yeah,
Um, that's the step. Like
I
you can
agree.
play for fun and I guess have fun getting beaten to the dirt. I that's not my thing.
I know you
Um,
don't. That ain't you at all.
no, or you can play for real since you're spending the same amount of money as the guy that's playing for fun, and try to win every point, try to win every match.
Yep.
So
I mean, I remember you were talking about seeing it on social media. I can remember one of my favorite paintball DVDs is always the Heroes for a Day, the excessive.
mhm,
I think the excessive story. I think it's the name, and you could see them showing their training regiment in that, and they were, I believe, training with a some sort of MMA fighter, UFC fighter,
mhm.
something along those lines, and he was showing them what they did, and they started doing it. You saw improvements just from that. I mean, just
Yeah,
running bleachers,
I seen
running
a
around a
bleacher
track.
running,
Yeah,
guys puking and stuff.
yep, yep. It's a different sport than it used to be 10 years ago. I mean, it really has changed a lot.
Yep. But you have to find that level of commitment.
Yep,
Hashtag committed 2020.
absolutely.
But you find those guys that want to put the time in, right? That say, listen, at that point, that's their job.
Yep.
But those dudes are probably taking 3-4 days out of their week to
Oh, I
do that.
guess.
They're probably 2 days bare minimum working out together, and their 2 days of practice together is what the bare minimum what they're doing. That's their life at this point. You know what I mean? They don't have anything else. So you take it with a grain of salt when you see these guys doing that because that's what they live for.
Yep.
So, I mean, yeah, I think rituals are definitely
Rituals could be a whole other
yeah,
story.
paintball rituals.
Yeah, I mean, I'm
Yeah,
whack.
yeah, you are literally insane.
Yeah,
You like to walk around the hotel with your dick just swinging out
yeah,
for
just
like
gotta
two
do it
hours.
sometimes. Yeah, I get up 2 hours before, take a shower, and I go back to bed. If I don't do that,
I
I will
still
feel
cannot.
so weird, dude.
I literally have to sleep, and my wife is like yelling at me because she's up 2 hours prior, like ready to go, fiending, and I'm
Yeah.
like pissed off if I'm woken up 2 minutes prior before leaving. I want you wake me up when we're like 30 seconds before we're on the field, like just roll me out of bed, throw my shit on, like I'm gonna fucking turn my gun on. It's already good, and just I'm gonna like roll my ass onto the field and go to the 100.
I'm
Like
that guy that has 40 alarms. Like seriously, like I go to bed early anyway, but if it's for a tournament, I try to be in bed by 9 o'clock, like at the latest. And then I want to wake up at 2. and like
Oh,
survey my phone a little bit and see what's going on, and then I want to turn it back
ugh,
off, and then get up at 5, take my
oh,
shower, go back to bed, and then get to the field at 6:30, 7:30. You know, what I mean, depending on when we start
yeah.
play. But that's what I. It's weird, but I got to do it, man. I legitly
God,
feel out of place if I
it is so just so weird.
don't do that.
I first of all, I can't sleep usually before midnight, anyways. But so I want to sleep, but I have to sleep until the very
Yeah.
last minute. I will literally argue with her, like while laying in bed. She's like, "Let's go." I'm like, "Ah, no,
Do,
it's
do we need to go?
6:50. I have 8 more minutes." Like, like
And for people that don't know you, you're not late though. Like
no,
we have other teammates that obviously do the same thing, but are still late.
yeah,
You do it and
show.
are still on time. So it's like completely different. Like I'm not late. If we're told to be there at 7:45, I'm there at 7:30. And then
Yeah,
normally there's one or two other people that are about the same as
same guys.
and other people are right at 7:45, which is fine. That's when you were told to be. And then we got other people that are 7:15. Like
Yes.
they're 15 to 30 minutes late, and it's like, and they know who they are if they're listening. They know exactly who every single
Yeah.
one of them are.
And it's hell as long as we know them. So
Yeah,
some of these guys we've known for 10 plus years, and that's just how it's been.
yeah,
So you just know, like that's what you got. Like
yeah.
it's,
It
you
is,
know,
and it's like, yeah, I guess good thing we like them. Apparently,
yeah, because anywhere else that probably would not fly.
I know.
Anywhere else on any other team, they'd be like, "Dude, what the fuck are you doing? We've been here for an hour."
Well,
You know,
that could be a whole other story. Why paintball? Do all paintball fields start late, or is it just all the ones we happen to go practice?
I think I could just touch it fast and say yes.
I think so too.
I've never been to a tournament that started on time ever.
Yeah. What
never,
about just practicing?
scrimmage? I've never been to a scrimmage that started on time either.
I know.
Like,
I don't
hey,
understand.
guns up at 8:30. 10 o'clock later, we're finally like loading up our paint.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh my god.
And I used to think it was just us. I really did. I was like, oh,
Yeah.
maybe it's just our Georgia Extreme thing. We're used to practicing on our own schedule. And then it was like, we go to tournament. I'm like, oh, that tournament was an hour behind. We go to a scrimmage. I'm like, oh, they're an hour and a half behind. Like,
No, paintball players are a bunch of lazy fucks.
yes.
All the paintball players are lazy fucks. Everyone,
Yep.
everyone, everywhere. They're all slow to get going. They're
Yeah.
like they mosey around. They just
Everyone
have
wants
a
to tell their
time.
stories. I mean, I guess
Yeah.
they haven't, most some of them probably only see those people once a week, every Saturday, Sunday, but got to catch up with your boys. But
I mean, Jesus Christ, it slows everybody down. I mean,
it does.
that happens. Then you're running, prelims until 8 p.m.
Well, then you travel 2 hours to go play a tournament or a practice even, and then you're like, I got to leave at 3 to get home at a decent time to put all my gear away, rest
Yeah.
up for my work the next day, or get ready for work. So it's like
Yep.
I played for 3
No.
hours and drove for 6.
That's God. That is. I'm so ready to have this damn field done.
Oh, yeah.
So we can get back to having teams travel to us.
Yeah.
It's so much better.
I mean-
God, I've never been. I'm trying to think if I went to a field that ran on time ever.
I mean, I can't remember. I mean, I know multiple times I would say at the beginning of this year, before all the COVID stuff happened, we were getting actually relatively good. Like,
Yes.
we had our guns up at 9:30, 9:45,
Yes.
and we had guns up by 10. I mean, like, realistically. So it was working. But, and then all this happens, so I know it's going to kick everyone back to their old habits. But still,
Yeah.
with the guns up at 10, means I've already been there since 9 at the latest.
Yeah.
Like, and I'm chilling. Like, it doesn't take me but 5 minutes to get ready, but I'm there early to make sure everything's set up and we're ready to play.
Yeah.
But so what topic did you bring in today? Did you bring in anything?
I think it might be.
Did we cover it? That'd be funny.
No. It was one off the list we talked about a while ago, actually. And it was, are paintball players toxic?
Okay.
I think, I think a quick yes or no.
I mean, yes, I would say yes.
Yes, because
But I would say I mean, you can be toxic.
yeah. Oh, listen, I'm 1,000% fucking
Yes.
Britney Spears toxic. Like I am 100% toxic.
I could be scrolling through my phone, I'll come across a BST, and someone will be selling something, and I'll go through and be like, "Oh, West comment." I'll be like, Oh, Wes told him the gun was ugly. That's like all he posted. And I'll scroll by. I'm like, where did he come from?
And that goes along, but I think it's everybody that I hang out with from
Well, it's
back in the
just
day.
you
We're
too.
all just trolls.
Yeah,
Like I live to troll people. And whether it's on the field or whether it's like in buy sell trades or PB Nation or something, um, like I live to troll people and make people big mad. I could be
yes,
playing
you
Call
do.
of Duty and I just try to make people really really upset. Like I just try to
Oh,
do
from the people that don't know you, I do know him, and yes, he can. It's straight shit talking, no matter what it is. And some people can't take it for just a joke.
Yeah,
Like, and that
yeah,
goes for being paintball players being toxic anyway. I mean,
yeah.
we talk shit to a lot of our friends.
Oh
Like,
yeah, God yeah.
legit happens, and it's a normal thing. But most of our friends can handle it, and they know. But like someone that you might not know, be like, "Oh man, he's just
He's a
as a
dick.
straight toxic paintball player."
Yeah. And I'm like, yeah, well,
Yeah,
I
that's
definitely
me.
am. I definitely am. But I think as many fields as I've been to, there's typically always one guy from one team that's a fucking douche,
Yes, I would agree.
a full-on douche nozzle. Like
And
every team has a guy that yeah, that's a cock meat sandwich. It
yeah,
really is. And no matter, it's like, dude, you're ass.
yes.
Like, why you run your mouth? Like, you are ass.
I mean, and the crazy thing is, like, I wouldn't necessarily say we have someone who's like a straight up douche to people. Like, I mean, we really don't. Like, most of our
No.
players are nice. We might talk shit to each other, but to other people, no. But I would agree. I mean, I've been to practices and skirmishes where you look over and you see, I guess, that guy. Like, and
Yeah.
he is. You're like, oh well, we know who that guy is, and
Yeah.
you have probably come off as that guy when we go
Oh,
to
I'm
places.
sure. I'm sure people
But
have looked at me and like, this is a fucking asshole.
yeah,
Like, but I have like a set way I want things done.
yeah,
And I guess it's from running the lines forever. And it's like, listen, we've ran this 16 million times. Like,
yep,
this is how it needs to be done. And I'm not the kind of guy that is yelling in the pits and yelling at back at my own guys. I don't do that.
very rarely.
Yeah. But I'm like, what the fuck are you doing?
Yeah.
Like,
What did that Twitch live stream catch you on last year? It caught you can hear you bigger than nothing. You weren't playing with us. You were playing with the veteran militia at the
oh
NVPS.
yeah, yeah. I
Quit
was
getting fucking penalties. You're gonna cost us this fucking tournament, something like that.
yeah,
And the announcer goes, well, "Things aren't going right in those pits," something
yeah.
like that.
And we
I wasn't
had like
there.
we played like three. I think we played 3 points in a row where we had a major each one or
Gosh.
two of them, and then a minor. And and the problem was I kept taking huge bites. Like I was
Mm-hmm.
going to the 200 on the break, running around the 100, diving into the 300, just taking huge bites, and I kept getting fucked on penalties.
Yeah.
I'm like, why? I look back, and we had a guy playing on, or maybe hitting the pack, and got a minor, and they pulled me, and I'm like, stop getting fucking penalties. And I don't think it was the, and I know what I said about costing the event. I don't think as much as costing the event as I was mad that I just ran, dove,
Yeah.
made the 200, and I was getting up and boom, got pulled. And I'm like, are you fucking kidding me?
Yeah.
I'm like, I am getting fucking mad that I
See,
keep
you were the
getting
toxic
pulled out.
player that day.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. Am I the toxic player for stating the obvious, or is the toxic player the guy getting the penalties?
Yeah, that's very true. Yeah, that's
See?
two different ways to look at it. Yeah.
But yeah, it's just like, Jesus Christ, man.
Yeah.
But I do think every team has a guy that either is a douche canoe or can be a douche
Yeah.
canoe. And I can definitely be a douche canoe to my guys. And not really, but I'm kind of nice to most everybody that I first meet and we play. I'll just joke around and troll, but I kind of make it obvious. But if I notice somebody is being a douche canoe,
Oh yes.
I am quick to I am the first person to say something to them.
Yes.
Like if we're playing and this dude's just being an asshat, I will instantly nip that in the butt. Like there's no problem. I'll be the first to say something to him. Like
I don't want to say the name, but
yeah.
you know who I'm thinking of.
Yeah, definitely. But we also had at that last event that guy that was after the end of the match, he was running his mouth. I'm like, and I jumped in his shit. I'm like, dude, Like, who are you?
What about the guy that me and you were getting paint that one time, and he knew we
Oh,
weren't
yeah.
going? He
Yeah.
goes, I need more paint. He goes, because
Well,
I
yeah.
am moving on.
Yeah, I need we already got 10. I need like 17 more because we're at 3-0, so we're definitely going on. Like, listen, the paint ladies here don't give a fuck. They don't care if you buy 40 cases and then when you walk into the parking lot, you actually get ran over by the paint truck. They literally legit don't care. So there's no need to explain the story. Just get little paint tickets, hobble your ass back to the pits, and wait and get more paint when you need it. Like there's no backstory. You're holding up the whole line. Nobody cares. Just get your shit and get the fuck out of the way.
Yeah.
But yeah, I need 17 more cases because we're definitely making a run here. What?
Yeah. And it's worse because we see him at every scrimmage, so it's
Yeah.
and we don't know each other like on a personal level, but we all know each other on that level. Like I look at him on the it's a known thing.
Yeah.
Like
he knows me, I know him.
But that's it. You don't know anything past that.
Yeah, that's it.
You guys are both the toxic guys to each other, is what it is.
Yeah, I haven't dug into his life. He hasn't really dug into mine. But we just know there's animosity there that it's just like you're
all over something that hasn't happened. Like there really hasn't been a thing. It's just been like y'all both. One time you run down, shoot 8 of his players. He runs down and shoots 8 of your players. So now y'all are both like, well, fuck that guy. Yep, fuck that guy.
Yeah, fuck you too, buddy. That's how that works.
I mean, granted, I watched him cheat intentionally to try to get you, and I was like, oh, seriously? Like, you're going to stand 1.5 feet off the start box to get there and still get shot off break, by the way.
Yeah.
But
yeah, there's no way this guy's making the 400. No fucking way. Like, I'm going to start 2 foot off the box and try to shoot this gap right here. There's no way he makes it. God damn it. Fucking cheating, bitch.
That's the whole thing. So our intentional paintball cheaters, I guess they'd be toxic too. I mean, everyone has cheated. If you've told me you have never cheated in paintball, I would call you a liar.
Lie.
Yeah, I mean, I don't count barrel shots in practice, and everybody knows that. You shoot my barrel in my foot in practice, I'm not getting out. I'm just going to play the game. I'll tell you.
Yeah.
You can sit there and light my barrel to it. I am not leaving out of that bunker. I don't care how many times you shoot it. In a tournament, the ref's going to come pull me. I'm not going to take a penalty. But in practice, my barrel tip and my barrel in general, really, and my feet.
I think I probably have been shot in the barrel somewhere down the line, maybe.
Yeah.
Not often. Foot shots, it depends. If I get shot like in between a bunker, which technically isn't supposed to be shot at, so that's technically not, a real gap to be shot at, I don't call that. If I'm snapping out somewhere and my foot is hanging out and I get shot, I'll call it. But if I'm like in the snake and the hot dog is like up against the bunker and I get shot in the foot, because that's the field for not having it right. The field should have been up against it, should have been tight, But yeah, I mean, everybody I've seen.
I mean, you get shot in the leg, you slide out to a bunker, you might look and check, but if that paint ain't there, you're not leaving. Like, if you tell me you are leaving, I really don't believe you.
Yeah.
The ref pulls you, different story, but.
Yeah. I have probably seen everybody that I've known ever play at least make one attempt at cheating.
Yeah, I would.
And I'm like the golden standard when I come to like finding people like to see what they do. Like I forget what event it was. I think it was Gordon, and he was with me, and we were watching on the sidelines. And we watched this guy make a terrible dive going to the snake, and I'm like, that guy's cheating. He's wiping it off. And Gordon's like, no, he just took a dead dive. I'm like, no, he's 1,000% cheating. And I'm like, he's 100% rubbing it right now. He's like, no, he's not. Ref runs in. I seen that, buddy. Get the fuck out of here, Major. I said, he goes, you were right. Wow. I'm like, I knew that dude. He dove in and kind of like, it did look, it was really good. He was really good. He probably could have got an Academy Award. It looked really good how he played it off. He like landed sideways and kind of like dug in and then was kind of like scrubbing the ground. And I'm like, nope, you're trying to wipe off paint.
That's funny.
And got a major. Guys, 2 of his guys pulled with him. So
I watched a guy back in a GFOA. We were getting ready to hop on the field, and he had got shot square on the feed neck, like, and he grabs the flag like out from the 50, and he puts it right over the hit, runs on down, and when he got there, we pulled the flag back off, and he hung it. That hit gone, and it was me and your brother. We're going, seriously? We're like, that was clever. Like, he just grabbed that flag, threw it on there, and then when he grabbed it with the other hand, it like wiped it off. I'm like, oh, you've done that a few times. That was smooth, dude.
Yeah. You've practiced that. You
Yeah.
have practiced the art of wiping a hit with a flag. You
That could be a
clown.
whole other topic.
Yeah, cheating. We'll get into
People's ways
cheating.
to.
We'll get into cheating another day.
We'll have to get a guest on for
Several of those. We have
that one.
a couple guys that I could probably think of that are like pros at cheating.
Yeah.
Shout out to the Statesboro boy.
Yeah. Oh, he knows.
Yeah.
I doubt he'd ever listen to it. He might. He'll find this one.
Yeah. God. Well, I think that's about all I really had on the toxic thing.
Did you have any other topics you want to cover? Or did you want to hold that for something else?
Yeah, I think we'll just kind of wait and
Okay.
maybe get into it maybe another day.
Okay.
Um,
Well,
so,
thank you guys for listening. We hope you enjoyed, and please stay
yep.
tuned to any of our other podcasts.
Yep. See you guys.